A Chatham-Kent OPP officer has waited for this day, a chance to share what happened as he sees it in this fatal shooting nearly 4 years ago. A young man was killed behind the wheel of his car. Court has heard the officer was responding to a theft of $40 in gas. Constable Sean O'Rourke has pleaded not guilty to manslaughter today in court. Michelle, he took the stand. You've been covering this for us. What do you have for us today?
Yeah, absolutely. Ricardo, Constable O'Rourke was at times emotional today as he walked the court through his version of events. At one point, he even apologized to the family of the victim, specifically when he testified about how erratically the car was being driven in the moments before it spun out of control. On July 7, 2021, Highway 401 through Chatham-Kent was closed for hours as the SIU investigated this incident. Around 5 o'clock in the morning, 24-year-old Nicholas Greaves was shot and killed behind the wheel of this car. His fiancée was in the passenger seat with a third passenger in the back. Now 57 years old, Constable Sean O'Rourke told the judge today he had no intention of chasing the car down the highway, nor did he see it as a high-risk takedown. But the tandem stop on the 401 took a turn with how Greaves reacted, according to O'Rourke. He didn't care about the public. He didn't care about his passengers. He was focused on getting away. O'Rourke says Greaves was weaving in his own lane, even tried to pass the unmarked cruiser on the right as it slowed down. Then when the emergency lights were activated, O'Rourke says Greaves tried to pass again, ramming his cruiser before spinning out of control. While sliding down into the median, O'Rourke says Greaves continued to try to escape, trying unsuccessfully to drive through the water-filled ditch. Once Greaves and the cruiser stopped, the vehicles were parallel, a position O'Rourke did not like but had to accept. He says he pulled his firearm while walking towards the car when I stumbled forward. I was propelled into the car. O'Rourke says his upper body was inside the car when the gun went off. I can't figure out what happened, he testified. I had zero intention of deploying a round. O'Rourke emotionally testified that his gun was right in front of Angela Keats's face when it went off, and he maintains his finger was on the slide, not the trigger, while he tried to get out of the inside of the car. The gun itself was completely accessible to the two front passengers, and I just wanted to get out of there, he said. O'Rourke says he was shocked and horrified that his gun had gone off and remorseful to see Greaves slumped over the steering wheel. O'Rourke offered a clarification today on evidence presented earlier in the week. Contrary to what his lawyer said on Tuesday, O'Rourke was not actually dragged by a suspect vehicle. He said today, in a separate incident of pulling a vehicle over on the side of the highway, he was in the backseat of a car searching a box for drugs when the driver hit the gas and took off. O'Rourke says the back tire skipped over his toe, but he wasn't actually dragged. O'Rourke told the judge also today that incident was on his mind as he pulled Greaves over and got out of his cruiser. O'Rourke will be cross-examined tomorrow morning.